anniversary of ARTPOP. There's actually a big party tonight in London, but I'm not going because I'm seeing 50 Cent instead. So I feel a bit left out from the ARTPOP celebration, so I'm going to attempt some kind of prank today. I'm just going to go and print the artwork. I'll show you what I did, but essentially I'll cut that in here. Okay, so I pretty much got a picture of Heinz mushroom soup, and I downloaded like a font that looked like the Heinz font, and then just decided to change all the details to be like ARTPOP themed. So I changed it to say ARTPOP at the top. I had to make it wider because obviously Heinz is a shorter word than ARTPOP. I chose mushroom soup because I was trying to think of, like, out of all the songs on the album, I couldn't think of what actually would be transferable to like a soup flavour. Like tomato soup doesn't make me think of anything on ARTPOP, vegetable soup doesn't, do you know what I mean? Like chicken doesn't make me think of anything on ARTPOP, and then I thought at least with mushrooms you can kind of make a joke about jewels and drugs and substances and shrooms. So that's pretty much what I did, and yeah, I think it came out quite well. I had Gaga over the Super Bowl as if it was the ARTPOP Jeff Koons gazing ball. I added jewels in with the mushrooms, and then I just kept like the original Heinz mushrooms there to kind of imply that they were shrooms. I thought a fun little sneaky peek Easter egg on there would be to change the garnish on the soup to a cannabis leaf, which obviously in the real world Heinz would never actually allow the word drugs or a cannabis leaf on their packaging. But yeah, it was just for fun. But yeah, I think this came out really well. And then just for like a nice little detail on the end, I decided to add the Birth of Venus painting behind Gaga, because I was like, this is a nice artwork, but it just doesn't feel unique enough or exciting enough. It needs a little something else. So I added the Birth of Venus behind her, and I think that was a nice little addition as well. So yeah, that's how I did it. I just did it on Photoshop. And if you want to print your own soup can label, I've actually linked in the description the PDF, so you can just download it and print it out and make your own ARTPOP soup can. Just put it around any can and it should work. I made it slightly bigger than it needs to be, so you might just need to chop a little bit off the top and a little bit off the side, but yeah, an irregular printer should work fine. Then just secure it either with like sellotape or glue. But yeah, this was a really, really fun project. I'm so happy with how they turned out, and I hope that if you do make your own version, you show me. And then also, when I was doing the print file, I just measured how big it needed to be using an actual can of soup I had at home. Okay, so now we're going to print the artwork. In my pocket, I've got a roll of sellotape, some scissors, and a soup can. And then once I've printed it, I'm just going to print like 2 or 3 copies. I'm not going to do a lot. I'm really intrigued to see whether they will actually scan, because I did put a barcode on them, but it's like from a barcode website and it's not like the official barcode that's actually on the Heinz tin. So I'm going to be intrigued whether they scan or not, but it'll be very interesting if they do. I'm planning on posting a TikTok as if it's legit. It's going to be annoying though, because now I get monetized only if my TikTok videos are over a minute, and I feel like it's not super believable if I'm going to extend it out to a minute by me going, oh my god, look what I've just seen. Like, I think it'd be more believable if I don't talk in the video and just like show like a 10-second clip of the can. I think this could be really fun, and even if it doesn't actually convince people that it's real, it's still a really fun project, I think. I was inspired by ages ago, before the album came out, Gaga was talking about how it's like Andy Warhol in reverse.
How would I define art pop? Well, I would define it in a lot of different ways. So the intention of the album was to put art culture into pop music, a reverse of Warhol. Instead of putting pop onto the canvas, we wanted to put the art onto the soup can. Pop art moving like an inferno, round and round and round until it explodes, and the art, that the soup can art, is now back onto the soup can. Or I should say it is on the soup can for the first time. We are taking what was essentially the destiny of Warhol, and it is reality now. It's unfortunate that he's not here to see himself on the front of every Perrier bottle as you take a sip, but this is so amazing. The art that was obsessed with commercialism is now running commercialism. This is what I'm really interested in.
Instead of having Andy Warhol's artwork of a soup can, the idea was she was putting the art on the actual soup can itself. So the soup can itself becomes art instead of making art of the soup can. And what she meant by that was she's just putting art back into pop music. That is essentially the message. Back when we had the iTunes Festival, before we had the album, we just had applause at that stage. She ran a competition and it was worldwide, and it was like, can't actually remember what you had to do for the competition, but I think it was just generally like, we want to see your creativity. And these two fans, one of them I'm still friends with online. I'm still friends with Irfan. We actually met at the iTunes Festival. They won because what they did was they went, I wonder if I can find it and actually put a photo here, but they went into, they're from Australia, and they went and put applause artwork all over these cans in the supermarket. And Gaga loved it, and she was like, you get it. Remember when she hired Helen Green and she was like, you get it? It was like very like that is what happened with Irfan and his friend. That's my inspiration for all of this. I've made an art pop Jules and Drugs shroom soup rather than mushroom soup. I don't think people will believe it, to be honest. I feel like TikTok is like 50-50. Some people there are quite gullible and might believe it. Twitter does not care right now about this because loads of art pop stuff leaked last night, like old demos and unseen photos and stuff like that, so everyone's kind of preoccupied on Twitter with that, and then I don't think it will really pick up anywhere else, but we'll see. You never know, this could go viral, it could, but I'm trying to manage my expectations. Anyway, I'm on my way to the print shop. See you in a bit. All right. Perfect. I got the goods. Looks amazing. This was very expensive. It was like £4.50 or something. I got 3 copies, but it looks beautiful. Okay, it's looking cool. Just need to make some adjustments. Okay, I'm going in.
Wrong side to side. Doesn't really fit. No, I only did that because the constable was saying you do crap.
That looks sick. Okay, it worked. James came with me and was very nervous the entire time, but we did it. I was a bit nervous, but I just kept on with it. I think it's better we did it today when it was really busy because everyone's too busy to notice you doing stuff, if that makes sense. So it's like a Saturday morning. So I've got 2 cans. I bought these 2 cans. Sadly, the barcode didn't scan. I'm kind of gutted about that because that would have been really cool. This is the one I brought from home. So I printed off 3 labels. I didn't use this one so that I can actually stick this properly because these 2 I did in the shop really quickly with sellotape and you can see it ripped, and I was like, it's a shame if I come home and I don't have like a nice one for like pictures at home. I got pictures on the shelf. I just had it scanned as like actual mushroom soup. I feel like that makes it quite legit. But yeah, what I'm going to do now is just with my spare one actually glue this to the can and make it look as legit as possible, because obviously even though this one isn't bad, it's still quite obviously like not real because of that fold there. I just posted on TikTok though, and I just posted on Twitter, so let's see what people think. Okay, I'm gonna glue this to this. I've got glue sticks, so I need to glue this part. Oh no, I don't know if this glue stick's very good. I've got some glue on there. That looks quite legit. I'm happy with that. I'm now realising to make it more legit, I need someone else to spot the art pop soup in public. Okay, so in a surprise twist of events, Twitter is actually believing it, I think, more than TikTok. I think I've convinced a lot of people. All I did was get one of my friends to tweet a picture of it. I sent her a picture of like the cans on my shelf at home, because obviously I wasn't back in the shop, so I couldn't like get different looking pictures of the ones that I got. And yeah, I think just having that confirmation that like one other person had seen it has convinced a lot of people that it's real. And then you've got like 2 or 3 people saying it's like blatantly fake, and then random people that are nothing to do with me replying going, no, it's definitely real. Okay, it's the day after the ARTPOP anniversary. I just want to apologise for the sound in the majority of the video. I'm not going to record in a car ever again. I think the stuff went pretty well. A lot of people believed it on Twitter, a lot of people believed it on TikTok, and it didn't go viral, but it went pretty big, and it was just fun. I think it was just a fun way to celebrate ARTPOP. I'm quite disappointed because a lot of people didn't really get the reference with the soup can until way later in the day. That just kind of reinforces this idea to me that a lot of people that say they care about ARTPOP and it's their favourite album, they haven't really done the research. And the reason why a lot of people do say that ARTPOP is their favourite and they want more from ARTPOP is just because they know that originally there were plans for a part 2 of that album. It's because they want more music, they want more out of Gaga. It's not because they're necessarily really into ARTPOP itself. And that's a shame, because I think there's so much we can actually celebrate that album without having to rely on this idea of ARTPOP Act 2. But anyway, Gaga also didn't actually post anything other than the link to the merch, which I think is kind of bad. If you wanted to see my merch mock-ups, I think it might be my previous video. To be truthful, I think a lot of the stuff that I came up with was a lot better than what we actually got. And even if you disagree, there are countless talented fans who have made really, really nice merch ideas for the ARTPOP anniversary, and what we actually got just feels kind of disappointing when you see the talent that we have in this fan base that isn't being used. But at this point, I feel like Gaga just wants to move past it, and I think we have to respect that. Regardless, I still had fun celebrating ARTPOP this year, and I hope that you guys did too. Like I said earlier, if you do want to make your own soup can, there is a link in the description to download the PDF and print it out. So yeah, happy birthday ARTPOP. And even if Gaga finds you difficult to remember, you still brought so much joy to the world at a time where a lot of us felt like we needed it. Thanks so much for watching. Best wishes and kisses.